Welcome back, guys. JT here, and we got another exciting narcissist video. Continuing the narcissist series, we're going to be talking about if you discard the narcissist first, what to expect, and what is the narcissist going through. Let's go. Welcome back, guys. JT here. Super happy you're all here. Hope you're enjoying the weekend. It's beautiful outside today. I live in Florida, so it's usually beautiful, but the past 2 weeks has been kind of chilly and whatnot. I feel for all you that are in wintertime and have snow. I do love snow. I grew up snowboarding, so it's the only thing that sucks about Florida. It's flat, there's no mountains, so it's just like you have to have a boat if you're gonna live in Florida. But yeah, I see all in my hometown in New York, everyone's got snow, and I'm like, man, what's a season? I don't remember what seasons are like. I would enjoy that. I would enjoy going snowboarding for like a week or two and then coming back to warmth. But I feel for all you that are in the cold, but just know, just like you, if you're in a season of isolation, it's only a matter of time. Then the season changes, right? And it's the same thing when you're going through this narcissistic, toxic relationship dynamic and you've left it behind. You might go through a season or two of isolation, of becoming your most authentic self. It took 2 seasons for me, but just know that it will be in the past and you will move forward. All right, so thank you all for being here, and I'm so grateful for all the comments. I'm actually at the end of the videos now. I'm gonna read a couple comments because it feels good to be heard, and I just want you guys to realize everyone is going through the exact same thing. It's like, yeah, there's little nuances that are different, but for the majority, if I took all the comments I get on every video and compiled them together and had AI analyze it, it would be like 95% of the exact same thing, because narcissists are all the same. It's like they have a Bible. I'll do this, the Narcissist Bible. I've been thinking about a video for this. I need to accumulate more knowledge for it, but the narcissists have like a Bible that they're all the same. They all run the same playbook, you know? It's like they do the same exact things in the same exact order. It's crazy. All their brains are exactly the same. But at the end of the video, I will be answering some comments, and we'll go through and see what else everyone else is saying and things that you guys have gone through, and I'll, touch on it, give my opinion. But for this video, let's talk about when you discard the narcissist. And I'm just gonna say this, it doesn't matter if you discard the narcissist or they discard you. Don't feel bad if you did not discard the narcissist, okay? It's irrelevant, it really is. Yes, the narcissist is gonna go through something different depending on if you were discarded or you discarded them, but the key takeaway is that you're done and you're out of the relationship. That is the key takeaway. That's all that matters, is that you're moving on with your life, okay? It doesn't matter if you were discarded or you discarded them. But we're gonna be talking about what happens when you discard the narcissist. So I discarded my narcissist, and I wish I had done it sooner. It took me 3 tries. And they're great at manipulating, and once you have that trauma bond and that soul tie, it becomes extremely, extremely difficult. You are an addict. You're an addict. You're an addict to the narcissist. You're an addict to the dopamine hits they give you. So it becomes very difficult. But when you discard the narcissist, and this can go a few different ways, but let's say you discard the narcissist out of the blue. 95% of the time, most likely, the narcissist isn't going to have their new supply. If it was just randomly done and you're like, I had enough, boop, I'm done, the narcissist isn't going to have a new supply. So they're going to go through an ego death. This is the best outcome for you, because not only does it expedite your healing process, but you also taught the narcissist a lesson, because you're the first person to ever leave them. Because the narcissist is used to always having people fawned over them. And that's only because they create these trauma bonds with every single person. So it takes people decades sometimes to heal, because they don't go on the healing journey. The narcissist knows this. They create that trauma bond, so it's damn near impossible for you to leave. So if you discarded them, kudos to you. Good for you. But the narcissist goes through an ego death, right? So when they go through an ego death, if they don't have another supply, they're screwed. They are screwed. And now they're going to be hustling to try and acquire another supply like you. But the issue is narcissists, they find the best empaths, the most giving, people that are kind, compassionate, have so much going for them. The narcissist is not going to be able to find another you fast. They aren't. They are not. They are going to have to settle for a lower supply. And what's going to happen? The lower supply is not going to meet your standards. And the narcissist is going to compare that new supply to you. Oh, you did all of this for them. You did this, and the new supply isn't doing it. You better believe that new supply is getting devalued like a motherfucker. Like, for sure. For sure. Because the narcissist always compares every single person, because the narcissist is never content. They always get bored. And they never want to settle. They're always trying to upgrade. They want to just keep getting the best, right? And the issue with this is now, their whole life, they've been on this cycle of they think the grass is going to be greener. Oh, you could have had all these great qualities, but then maybe you did one thing wrong. Like, they didn't like your cooking, or they didn't like the way you talked, or they didn't like you didn't shower every day. I don't know, just random things, right? The little small insignificant shit. If you love someone, you compromise and you work together. But when it's like little things and the narcissist is thinking, oh, I can do better. I can find someone better. The grass is going to be greener. Well, it wasn't. It was not. And when they downgrade to a lesser supply, and even if you see them in pictures and they're happy and everything, like, watch my other videos, they're not. It's just a false illusion to protect their ego so that the mask does not fall off. That is it. They're not happy. Doesn't matter if they meet frickin' Nicolas Cage or Scarlett Johansson and they get an island bought for them. It doesn't matter. It's never enough. They're always going to be seeking better supply. Does not matter. So when they go through this ego death, they are reflecting on a small level, like self-reflection for a narcissist on the bad things they've done. They can't do it. But they're reflecting in a way of comparison of you to the new supply, and they're thinking about now what they have lost. And their ego is extremely fragile and hurt. So when you discard them, you're saying, hey, I'm done. I don't want you anymore. You're not good enough. And in any relationship, if anyone does that, that's not going to feel good, right? But with a narcissist, they are so in their ego that you crumble them. You literally crumble their tower. They are a heap of rubble. They might be, they might post on Instagram that they're all happy. Nah, they're not. They're crying. They're at nighttime. They're in their feelings. They're wondering. They're going over every single thing of what happened, why it happened, blah, blah, blah. But again, they don't have the self-reflection to understand the bad things that they do because they don't have empathy. Therefore, they don't have guilt or remorse. They can feel shame. But they will not feel guilt or remorse. They might feel saddened that they lost a good supply. They're not going to feel sad for you. So don't even think that in your head for one moment. They do not feel bad for you at all. They only feel bad for themselves that now they lost something and they can't get what they wanted to get. That's it. When they're going through that ego death, guys, it's like shattering the mirror, shattering the mask. They are not normal. They might isolate. They might have suicidal thoughts, and God forbid, I don't wish that upon anyone. But my narcissist, she tried to commit suicide one time that I know of, and she would always say that she was dying on the inside because narcissists really are. And when you give them the ego death, you are literally breaking through their facade, and they can't handle looking in the mirror at themselves because that means that they have to feel that shame that they've done this to every single person. It's a pattern. It's a pattern, guys. When you meet someone new, you can find and recognize the patterns, and you can have your own discernment and understand what that person has gone through and if they're going to be a good match for you, right? If you see someone that is like, nah, no, I don't drink that much, but then you're with them for, say, 2 months and they're going out drinking all the time, well, guess what? That's their pattern. With the narcissist, what do? They take a new supply, get everything, extract everything that they want, then they move on to the next. Like the Monopoly video I did. They just get as much real estate, extract everything, move on to the next. Get as much real estate, extract everything, move on to the next. Maybe for you, it was they needed to extract a lot of money. Usually it's money for every single person. My narcissist specifically took money from everyone, and they would say that they would save their own money. She would say this. She would save her own money, but then use other people and take their money. Like, how fucked up is that? Like, the mindset of a narcissist is just absolutely insane. They're pure evil, sadistic, demons, or fallen angels. But when they're going through this ego death, like, man, they're hurting. They're hurting. They might not show it because narcissists don't show their feelings or emotions often. And if it is, it's usually a manipulation tactic to get you to conform to a certain way, or so that you feel bad and give more to them. It's crazy. It's crazy. Everything's a manipulation tactic. But when they're going through that ego death, especially when you discard them and they haven't found a new supply, they're hustling, because narcissists cannot be alone. They can't. They can't be alone with themselves because they hate themselves. They need to have someone around at all times. That's why they need to have multiple supplies, so that they don't feel alone. They don't feel that shame. You know, when they keep busy like that, it doesn't allow them to reflect. They don't want to reflect. So if you discard them and they don't have a backup, man, you better believe they're feeling that shame. They're going through an ego death. They're feeling like absolute crap. And, you know, I know we shouldn't feel good about that, right? You know, do unto others as you would do unto yourself. But it's like, when they did all this terrible shit to you, you know, a lot of people is like, when are they going to get their karma? When are they going to get their karma? They get their karma every single day that they're alive. Being a narcissist is their karma. They will never be able to feel true, genuine love. Ever. Ever. For the rest of their lives. They won't. They can't. They can't give love. They can't receive love. You try and give the narcissist love, and they look at you as weak. Because they were trained in childhood with whatever they went through, that love equals weakness, and that they need to be strong. And again, they're in their ego. They need to be more alpha-like. There's nothing you can do. So when you discard them, just know that they are going through it seriously. And even if they have another supply, like I said, all they're doing is comparing. You did this for them, they don't do that. That new supply is getting shit on. I promise you. I promise you. Like, what the narcissist did to you, again, their pattern, not changing. If it looks like the narcissist is giving everything to the new supply, which I saw this firsthand because I was still with my narcissist and hanging out with the new supply like 2 or 3 times a week. It was the most devaluing thing I could have ever gone through in my life. I did not have the self-respect to walk away. But I saw it firsthand, would hang out with them in their home, go out to eat with them. They would sit in a booth together and I'd sit on the opposite side. So I saw it firsthand. I saw her switch from love bombing into the devalue and treat this guy like absolute shit. So don't think because you're seeing on Instagram or wherever, or they're saying, I'm so happy the new supply is the greatest thing ever. No, it's all false illusion. It's a pattern with them. They're going to do the exact same thing. It doesn't change. They're on a strategic and calculated game plan with every single person they run into. So know that when you discard them, they're going to have an ego death. They're either going to be going right to their supply that they had on the back burner, or they they had while they were with you and you didn't know about it, or you caught them, they're going to go to that person. But no, they're looking for another supply equal to you because you gave them everything. So even though they're with someone new, they're looking, they're searching, they're trying to find your replacement, but you are irreplaceable. If you're an empath or super empath and you were extremely giving, you gave them all your money, all your time, did everything for them, gave them all the love, pushed their ego through the roof and made them feel like the God that they want to feel like every single day because they want to be worshipped, they're not going to be able to find another you. So when you discard them, they're on a mission. They're freaking out. They have to find someone that can give them everything that you gave them, which is not going to be easy. So they're going to downgrade most of the time. They're going to downgrade and keep that new supply so that they don't have to feel the shame, and then they're going to look, and they're going to keep looking. And it just becomes a bunny hopping, hop, hop, hop to the next person, just keep going. It never ends. The game never ends. So whether you were discarded or you discarded them, just know you're on the right path. Like the narcissist went through an ego death, and the narcissist isn't looking at the new supply as their one and only. In the beginning, all the narcissists do this. In the love bombing stage, they think that new supply is their one and only Disney movie fantasy, like every happy ever after ending ever. Doesn't last. As soon as you fuck up one time, now you're not perfect anymore. You're not perfect like the narcissist. Then we switch into the devalue stage. Oh, we got to find someone else that's perfect. The narcissist is always thinking the grass is greener, but they don't realize it because they don't have the love inside of them. If you don't have love inside for yourself, you haven't cultivated self-love, you cannot reciprocate it. That's why I tell you guys it's so important to go on your healing journey. And when you find the self-love for yourself, you realize you don't need love from anyone. You don't need anyone. Like, yes, we all want to be with someone, but I would be content being single for the rest of my life, never having anyone, because I've cultivated the self-love for myself. A narcissist has no love, therefore it's never going to work out ever. You can give all the love to that narcissist, everything, thinking you have the hero complex, you want to fix them, you're going to be the one to save them. Never happen. It will never happen. That's why it took me 3 times to break away from my narcissist, because I was like, nah, benefit of the doubt, I can heal them, I can give more. I can give more. What more do I have? Like, it's never enough. You could have 4 hearts inside your body that just radiate love and give it all to the narcissist. It will not change them. They will not be able to take that love and be able to cultivate it for themselves. So it's a game that needs to be lost. But what you have to understand is the narcissist is playing the game and they lose every single time. If you got discarded by the narcissist or you discarded them, you won. You won the game. And the narcissist hates that because you caught on. You became self-aware. You started understanding their tactics and their abuse. You won. The narcissist hates to lose. Hates to lose, right? So they're going to do everything they can to try and hoover you back or to start a smear campaign and try and ruin your reputation because they need to make their ego rise up. And if you just gave them an ego death, the only thing they can do is smear your name, try and hoover you back, and if they do get you back, you better believe it's going to be 10 times worse because they're going to punish you for it now. The narcissist doesn't forget anything. Their memories are insane. The narcissist doesn't forget anything. So if you discard it and it seems like, oh yeah, and you went back and everything's going to be lovey-dovey, oh man, you are in for a brutal awakening. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. Every single time you go back, it gets worse. All right, guys, so let's read some comments and see what else other people are going through. Again, I'm grateful for all of you here, and please comment on this video. Let me know if you agree with this, if you don't agree with this, and yeah, I'm super grateful for all of you, and just know that you are going to get through it. It does take time. Maybe God will isolate you for a season or 2. But it's for the best. You become the best version of yourself. You needed to go through that toxic relationship so that you could find yourself, so that maybe you could cultivate the self-love for yourself. You know? Everything happens for you, not to you. All right, so Brenda says, and this is on the Narcissist Master Game video, which I said it's simply Monopoly with them. Brenda says, this explains a lot, thank you. Yes, I've heard that you need to isolate yourself and just focus on you before. They always want us all isolated, while they have all their flying monkeys and multiple partners around them. I saw a film years ago starring Teresa Russell in Black Widow. She played a money-grubbing woman who married and murdered rich husband after husband. Deborah Winger starred in it too. Body Heat was a similar type of film about a woman married to a rich man who had an affair with a broke lawyer. She got the lawyer lover to murder her husband for his money, then set the lawyer lover up to take the fall. She disappeared off to a remote, exotic foreign island with all her money and took an island lover. This is so common, guys. Like, this is so common. Again, the narcissist, they're thieves. That's all they do is steal and manipulate. That's why most psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, you see on the news, do crazy shit, go to jail, like the crazy stories that you see on like those Netflix documentaries. Like, they set up all this triangulation, all this crap, try and pin it for someone else, take the money from this person, flee. Like, there was that one, it was like a year ago on CNN. Oh man, I can't remember. This woman, like, she murdered her husband, but had like 2 other lovers, and then took the money and flee. Like, this is a normal thing, guys. Like, you have to understand, when you're looking at the spectrum of empath, narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, sociopath has the tendencies of narcissists. A sociopath, psychopath is a narcissist. It's a spectrum. So when you see these sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissists, they all have the narcissistic tendencies. And narcissists can have sociopathic tendencies. Narcissists can have psychopath tendencies. My narcissist had sociopath and psychopath tendencies. When you get in conjunction with those types of people, they're absolutely insane. They will do anything. They have no remorse. They do not feel bad for anything they do. They could kill someone and it means nothing. That's why when you watch these interviews of like Ted Bundy and this and that, there's like, you don't see them like, I feel so bad. No, they don't. They don't feel bad. Like, they do this over and over. It's a pattern. You know, when a serial killer keeps killing, what is it? It's a pattern. They keep doing it. And with like Ted Bundy or certain serial killers, they target the same type of person. That's like their high, their fix. That's what a narcissist does. Think about it. Look at the correlation. A narcissist targets empaths because empaths are givers. They target those specific types of people. A narcissist isn't going to target another narcissist because then they're competing. Narcissist has to be on top at all times. So I hope you see that correlation between narcissism, sociopaths, psychopaths, and the empath. Like, it's absolutely crazy. Sharon said, I get a lot of music. I'll be in bed and I'll get the most random songs I haven't heard in decades, and they're all common themes. But I also know that there's technology and other sources that can do the same. So yeah, that's basing, her comment is basing off of the telepathy. You know, they will, like, it's crazy. I'll put my iPhone on shuffle, and I have 15 different playlists. I have like a heavy metal, a dubstep, a chill step, EDM, country, sad country. I have like all these different things. I'll put it on shuffle, and 10 songs in a row, and it'll be exactly what the narcissist is feeling right now. And I'm like, what the hell? The telepathy is so real. I could do 100 telepathy videos because I have a lot of experience. My narcissist was a witch, and she did love spells, all kinds of stuff. Put things in food, mirror magic. She did the works, and she told me she was a witch multiple times. And I said this in one of the other videos. The last day I ever saw her, she said if people ever knew what she was, she would be burned alive. So that telepathy, the mind games, the love spells, the mirror stuff, narcissists go towards that black arts type of stuff. You know, they need to use any kind of tactic they can to get one over on you. Let's see here. Narcissist Facebook. Let's see. Okay. Ayana said, I looked at my narcissist Facebook and he is in Thailand now, and he changed his profile picture, and his look is like down at myself. I see through him. Crazy narcissist. These narcs will never be happy because they won't change, though I hope they will change for themselves. Right. When you see these pictures, guys, and they change their Facebook profile pictures, the soul is in the eyes. And the narcissist has no soul. Like, they don't. And you can always tell. It took me a while to catch on to this, but if you can look past that smirk, you know, that smirk that they do, that it's like, they all do that shit. It's like they're dead on the inside, but they try and put on the false illusion. When you can look into their eyes and you can see who they really are, try and look, like, no, I shouldn't say that, because I don't want you guys looking at their social media or any other shit, because it just makes your healing process last longer, and then you're thinking about them more and more. But if you did in the past look at their social media or any of that stuff, and you think that they're happy, really look into their eyes, like really look at their facial expressions. They're not. It's all an illusion. Oh, this is a good one. And Annie. So Annie said, about the black magic part, my ex-narc is 100% a dark warlock. One look into his eyes, especially in pictures, and you can't unsee the evil. And he hides behind Buddhism, meaning he pretends to be spiritual, but if you heard when he chants, it's like listening to a gurgling demon. He also always wanted me to look him in the eyes. Now I know why. Lastly, he uses sex magic. He pleasures himself and thinks of me to bind me to him. Sexual energy is the most powerful creation life force energy there is. It's true. My ex was also a narcopath. Mine too. But he hides behind a BPD fake diagnosis. Wow. BPD is borderline personality disorder. I'll talk more about borderline personality disorder and how to look at the difference between borderline personality disorder and narcissism. It can be tricky, and a lot of narcissists, borderline personality disorders, they hide behind certain things. So like it can go undiagnosed for a very long time because they might be alcoholics, they might be drug addicts, sex addicts, and then they'll use that as the mask, so you can't really catch on to them. They use that as like the excuse. And it can be very difficult to try and figure them out. But literally everything she just said, exactly what my narcissist was. Narcopath, narcissist, sociopath, black magic, wanted you to look him in the eyes. And then he pleasures himself and thinks of me to bind me to him. My narcissist did the exact same thing. It's absolutely crazy. And sexual energy is the most powerful energy in the universe. And I'll talk more about this, guys. And like, I've been celibate and on monk mode for a long time now. And when you harness your sexual energy, and, you know, you could look at it from the physical or the spiritual, you know, you're doing God's work. When you are holding on to your life force, your essence, you end up getting rewarded. And that sexual energy builds inside your system. When you're not releasing it and you learn how to sexually transmute energy, you can use that sexual energy to better yourself in all areas of life. You know, Elon Musk, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson talks about how he wouldn't have sex, masturbate, ejaculate, or release. God, I don't know if I can say that. YouTube might ban that. Ugh. We'll have to read that. But he wouldn't do anything for weeks to a month before a fight. And when you build all that sexual energy up, all that testosterone, even if you're with a female, females have testosterone too, you are harnessing all of your power, all of your creation energy, and now you can utilize it for something else. And I've practiced this for 2 years now, on and off, and it really is true. I highly recommend, when you do get away from the narcissist and you go through your season or two of isolation, You know, be celibate, go into monk mode, just try to stop masturbating, don't look at porn. Oh, I don't know if I can say that either. Prawn, don't look at prawn. This video is going to get banned. But try and get rid of all those temptations and then harness that energy and put it into the things that you care about. Elon Musk talks about it. And if you want to create $1 billion business, you think that releasing every single day or looking at prawn is going to help you do that? No. What happens when you do that stuff and you release? You feel super low energy, right? Everything in this world is energy. So when you hold on to that energy, you're like supercharged, ready to go. And then you can use that into building a better business, into building your body. I will tell you guys this, when I am celibate and in monk mode and not doing anything, my body fat goes down, my muscle goes up. It's not crazy drastic, like I'm already a pretty lean and healthy individual, but my strength goes up. Like when I'm in the gym, I don't drink caffeine, guys. I don't drink pre-workouts or nothing like that. But when I'm on this path, it's like I'm on steroids. Like it feels like I'm at the gym and I just have so much energy because I'm holding on to all this essence, all this life force, and I'm using it to push out into creating a better body, a better physique, better image. So it really is true with the sexual energy. I love that comment from Annie. We'll read one more comment. I don't want this video to be like an hour long. I could read 100 comments. Fiji said, I agree with you 100%. You know exactly what you're talking about. He pretends to be so happy. At one point, he acted like I didn't exist. And recently, I see he makes eye contact whenever he comes to pick up our son once a week. Oh, that's a tough one. Yep. They do this, guys. They do this. Like the silent treatment, going back and forth, making you feel like crap, and then giving you a little breadcrumb. It's absolutely disgusting what they do. And I feel for people that have narcissistic, sociopath, psychopath family members, because that's tough. Like once you have a kid with someone, or your husband, wife, and you got a divorce and you have a child, no contact is impossible, right? Because now you have this child in the world that has to be taken care of, and you need, in an emergency situation, you need to be available. So this is what I tell my clients that have kids and they can't go no contact. The previous relationship you had was a romantic relationship. Now it has become a business relationship. It is a business relationship because now you are here for the child. You are not here for each other. So knowing this, when you switch from a romantic relationship now to a business relationship, you talk when you need to talk. There's not just conversations. You're not talking about anything about your day, this and that. It's a strict business relationship. And now you have to learn to set strong boundaries. So when you're setting strong boundaries, it is now a business relationship. When you set these strong boundaries, maybe, narcissists always want to make you feel like shit, right? So say your narcissist is starting to devalue, or you said you would pick him up here and you were 5 minutes late and now I'm this and blah, 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 and you're a bitch and all that, like going off. You set a boundary saying, anytime you talk to me like that, I will not respond. Boundary. They will get the idea. That's how you establish a business relationship. You have to set boundaries so that you are protecting your own peace. You're protecting your sanctuary. No one can enter whether you say so. And the narcissist hates boundaries, right? Narcissists hate boundaries. That's why they like empaths, because oftentimes empaths are people pleasers and don't know how to set strong boundaries. So if you have a kid with someone, you have to learn to set those strong boundaries, get rid of the romantic part. It is done, it is gone with. You are simply there for the child. And once you set the strong boundaries, you will be much more at peace. Like, yes, you cannot go no contact. Eventually, you will be able to once the child is all grown up. But in that meantime, set those boundaries so that you're protecting yourself. It's as simple as that. You can't let someone manipulate you still and you're not even with them. The narcissist gets a high off of that. So if you have a child with someone, you got to understand when that narcissist is devaluing you or saying this, it's all manipulation so that they can feel good and get the dopamine hit for themselves. You got to let them go. So I hope that helps, guys. Again, super grateful for all of you being here. I will read comments at the end of every video now. I do a video every day, at least I try to. Just know that you are on the right path and you will get through this. I promise you. I had to do 2 seasons of isolation and it was the best thing that could have ever happened for me. If I had continued to go out and drink and have fun with friends and mask the pain and just push everything down, it's all gonna come out regardless, you know? So you might as well just suck it up and go through the pain now. I'd rather rip the Band-Aid off and be done with it. Get it all done with now. You don't wanna be like some of these comments I see where people said a decade of healing, or 20 years later, they're still thinking about the narcissist every day. I can't imagine that. That is slavery. That is actual slavery. So focus on you, put all your energy into yourself. Like I said, you can try and go celibate, monk mode, etc. That helped me immensely. I'll do other videos on it. That's not really in the Narcissist series, so you know that's more becoming authentically yourself, but I will touch base on those. And just stay healthy and enjoy the day, guys. Be grateful for everything that you do have, even if it is snowing outside. Be grateful that you have a home, that you have a bed to sleep in, that you're able to afford groceries, that you have a vehicle that gets you from point A to point B. It doesn't have to be a fucking Lamborghini. It could be a Toyota Camry. Guess what? Toyota Camry gets great gas mileage and parts are super cheap and they rarely break down. You know, look at the positive side of everything. You can choose to look at the glass as half empty, or you could choose to look at the glass as half full. Look at all the things you are grateful for in your life, and then you will cultivate internal happiness. All right, guys, so enjoy the day. Go get a workout in if you can. Stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys next time.